hustle, mama hustle, baby hustle harder. Everybody, let me see you hustle. Every day, every night, every minute on the grind. Gotta get the pay, gotta get the cheddar, gotta get the money to make it better. To the bone, fingers lead.
That is my fault. It's okay. I like what's been happening so far.
Luckily, Rebekah is interesting,
She's fun and funny.
and she's topical. She knows things.
She knows things.
Uh-huh.
She's like Tyrion. She drinks and she knows things, and that's
She's
my
a
vibe.
humanitarian.
I'm trying to drink less. Okay.
I'm not.
All right.
Man,
We can
yeah.
talk about that. Do the intro.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Heck You Want. I am one half of your hosting squad, TB on the sax, and God.
Squad.
All right, third time's a charm. Here we go. All right. What's up, everybody?
Today, Junior. Wow.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Heck You Want. I am one half of your hosting squad, TB on the sax, and I am joined by my co-host.
Willie D. Genius.
And today we have a very, very special guest with us. We have the very lovely, very talented, very, very funny Miss Rebekah Todd. She is an artisan. She is a vocalist. And not only is she a vocalist, she's one of my favorite vocalists that I've gotten the pleasure to hear in person. So big ups to you for coming on, Rebekah. Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me. And thank you for saying that. It's really sweet. Big honor to hear that coming from you. Thank you.
Oh, stop
I
it.
appreciate it.
Stop it.
So,
Stop it.
what the heck do you guys want?
Yeah. So we were talking a little bit before we started rolling about how you're trying to drink less and I'm not really trying to drink less. So let's explore that because that's
Okay.
interesting to me.
Yeah.
So what's is it like a health kick or is it like you just
Where do we even begin? Okay, so we're all musicians.
right?
And you know, Tristan, I know you know when you're playing these gigs, especially in the early days, you often get paid
in
drinks.
alcohol.
and
Yes.
they, you know, you're young, maybe you're like 21, and they're like, we'll pay you $50. You can drink $50 worth of alcohol. And you're like,
Oh,
wow.
dude. Oh, listen. See, look at Willie's face. See, this is how I know you don't gig a lot. Like
Ooh.
that used to be in Wilmington. That was the standard. You would go to a bar and it'd be like, okay, we're gonna pay you like maybe $60 for 4 hours per person. And then you'll get a $30 bar tab. And if you go over your bar tab, it's going to come out of your pay. That was a very real thing.
No.
So they were catching you.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
So like there were nights where I walked away because like I would drink and I wasn't really drinking that much, but I liked whiskey. So it was like what I was getting was just expensive.
Mhm.
And so I would drink and then be $20 into my pay by the time I got paid out for the night.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. The smart musicians would not do that. They would say, no, I'm not going to drink anything. I'm going to take my money.
Or your
But if you
pregame or
love,
whatever.
if you love your craft, then you do it, right? Is that how it works?
It was all about the hang back then for sure.
Yeah.
It was about the
Yeah.
hang.
And it
You ain't
just
get me
felt
out of the
cool.
house for less than $100.
Yeah. Well, and I, you know, so here's a fun story for me. When I was beginning, I was in Greenville and I had met a band, and there was this guy who now is the drummer for Marcus Anderson. Tristan, do you know Marcus Anderson?
Yeah, I
Sax
know
player?
Marcus. Yeah, I know Marcus.
So, Demetrius plays drums for him. And anyway, I asked him if he would play a gig with me, and he was very honest. I thought it was mean at the time, but he was like, I don't leave my house for less than $150. And I was like, damn. Because I was only getting paid like 60 a
Right.
gig at the time. So I was like, ouch. But now I understand, you know, he had already done like a full decade of playing gigs and getting paid in alcohol. And he had gotten to a point where he was like, no, I don't leave unless you're going to pay me $150. If you want to throw some alcohol on top of that, that's fine. But the bars know when you're green,
Yeah.
and they know,
And they'll
that
take
they can
advantage
do
of
it.
it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's I mean kind of the same way with me. Like I remember being 19, 20, 21, taking those gigs because one, I didn't really know anybody back then. So I was just taking the gigs and being like, yeah, cool. I'll play the gig for $40 for 4 hours. And then, yeah, cool. Pay for my alcohol. Yeah, dope.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, nah, I need
Yeah.
$1.50.
$40 for 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, it's hard
Dude.
work. People don't understand how
Yeah.
much work it is.
Yeah, like people think you literally, they're like, the weird thing is that people think when they're paying musicians, they're paying for the amount of time that
To buy
they
equipment that doesn't fall in the middle of a broadcast.
fuck off.
Yeah.
You could have just let me play that off and no one would have known.
Oh no, are we talking about a real thing? What happened?
She didn't even see it. Ha!
Oh, the mic? Oh, I saw that.
Oh.
But I just brushed it off like, whatever.
YouTube.
See? She was classy with it. You're the dick.
I'm not. Yeah. I'm not classy.
Mine will probably like slowly fall.
But anyway, as I was saying, like, where was I before I was
Oh,
so
sorry.
rudely interrupted? Willie.
It must not have been important.
Oh no, you were talking about gigging and
Oh yeah. Now I'm like, I don't get out of bed until unless I'm getting paid $150. Like, that's just not, it's not worth it. And a lot of people have this misconception that when they pay musicians, they're only paying for the time that they spend playing the music, whether it be a 30-minute gig or a 2-hour gig. But in reality, it's like you're paying for the transportation to get there, you're paying for the equipment, you're paying for the setup, the breakdown. There's a whole lot that goes into it that people don't see because, I mean, let's face it. I mean, even now, like, the arts are still very, very undervalued, but people consume them like it's nothing. Like, I mean, just look at what Spotify is doing to artists right now. Like, it's crazy. Like, the amount of streams you have to get to make $1 is wild.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, musicians are kind of mental athletes, right? We spend hours and hours practicing by ourselves to work on our own craft. And then if you're in a band, you have to get together and work together there. And then when it's time for a gig, say the gig is an hour away. So you spend an hour packing your car, an hour driving. Then you get there, you spend 2 hours in sound check. So we're already at 4 hours.
Yep.
And you play the gig that is 3 hours.
Yeah.
So we're at 7. And then you're packing up and you're driving home. So by the time it's over, you have worked a 9 to 10 hour day. And, you know, you're getting $150 and that doesn't cover your gas.
Right.
So,
and people were like, oh, your job is music. It's so fun. And I'm like,
yeah.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It is fun.
But
there's a lot that goes on to get to the fun that y'all don't know about.
It's like the show you play for free because that's the fun part. The performance.
Exactly.
But but as soon as that's right before the stage hits, right before the lights come on, and then right after they end, that's the part. Those are the parts that you hate.
Yeah. And honestly, actually, I wouldn't even say that I hate those parts. I just wish those parts were valued a little more because I have a lot of cool stories that come out of the breakdown and the load in the car right there. Like, a lot of the cool shit.
You know what
happens then?
You saw that stupid size kid I used to carry around,
dude,
for 30 minutes.
Okay, see, here's the thing about that stupid size kit. Okay, once I was of age and could put together your drum set, you stopped.
I didn't stop.
wow.
Yes, you did.
The truth comes out. Tristan
Yes, you did.
So Rebekah,
yes, Rebekah.
So Rebekah, you might know this about me. The Dave Matthews Band is one of my favorite bands of all time.
Yes.
And so
It's mine too.
I tried to mirror my kit like Carter's,
Okay.
but I couldn't afford everything, so I got as close as I could with my means.
Wow.
So I had like 13 cymbals and 4 rack toms and all this stuff, and
set them up.
and we would play like
a 30-minute set.
And it would take an hour to set the drum.
It would take an hour to set up his fucking drums.
So you were the diva of the band.
Yes. No. Actually, no.
Really?
No. He was just lucky and had a nephew who loved music that would do it without questions asked.
I am not going to say that guitar player's name.
That's so cute. That's so cute.
I think he listens to this, so you might want to chill.
Yeah.
Well, what's going to happen? They're going to take us off the air. What
Fair
are
enough.
They're going to cancel us.
I just don't want to get that text message like, "Would you guys talking about me?" I'm like, bitch, I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
If
Probably.
you get us to it, yeah.
No, but it all goes back to like we're working a 9-hour day when we do have a gig,
And you're kind of right. Like what we're actually getting paid for is all that practice time that we put into it. And then the actual gig day, if you really break it down hour by hour, you're almost not getting paid for the gig.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's where like
absolutely
merch
not.
comes in and people that tip
Mhm.
you, help make it work. But it's a big hustle.
That's one of the
Really?
cool things. Ha ha ha
I'm not trying to plug.
ha
I'm not.
ha. Plug.
I'm not. You guys are doing that. I didn't do that.
You don't need to do that, Rebecca.
I don't-
It's fine. We'll handle
We
that.
don't
part.
care. We'll plug you. We'll plug you. We'll plug you. Hey,
trying to-
Rebecca's got a whole album out
Oh,
on Spotify. Y'all should go listen to it. It's great. It's
Thanks.
great. It's amazing. I love it. Anyway, back to what I was saying.
Anyway.
Um, but yeah, I mean, well, that's one thing that's really interesting about like Coastal is that we don't do rehearsals. Like I
Okay.
think in the entire time span of the band, we've maybe rehearsed in the current
Yeah.
idiom of Coastal, me, Mike, Cameron, Sean, all of us,
Good
we've
word.
maybe had an actual rehearsal twice over the past
Okay.
4 years.
That's awesome.
Like largely because like one, we're a bunch of jazz musicians who know a bunch of tunes. Two,
Yeah.
like mainly Coastal gigs are a lot of that stuff is improvised. Like we put a template in, or we put a skeleton of a template into Ableton for
Mhm.
Cameron when he's not there, and then other than that, like it's pretty much open.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the identities of those tunes change from night to night, and I think that's what's interesting about it. So that aspect of getting paid for the rehearsals is a little different for that group, but I think when we get paid for that group, what we're getting paid for is like the unknown things that'll happen, because again, a lot of the tunes change from night to night. Like we do a cover of Spotty Dopalicious that never sounds the same.
Nice.
Never.
Outcast reference.
Yeah. Thank you. For everyone listening.
Yeah.
No, but
For
tell
everyone
us
listening that
about
doesn't
like, let's talk about what you just said. You said you guys don't have to practice. And a lot of people would say, oh my gosh, how does
Yeah, I
that
just
band
said
who
that.
sounds so amazing
Yeah.
not
Because
have
y'all
to
sound like you
practice?
practice.
And like, obviously
Well-
you're speaking a language and cueing each other, you
Mhm.
know?
So a lot of that just first of all, a lot of that comes from us just all actually being friends. Like
Aw.
I've known Sean and Mike since I was maybe 13, 14, somewhere in there. Cause Sean and I went to jazz camp together and Mike was teaching at this jazz workshop at UNCW. So like that was already a thing. And then, you know, a lot of it is just because we all listen to the same shit, but we all just take very different things from it. Like Sean's definitely more of the harmonic thinker. I think more melodic when we talk about writing horn lines. Cameron's definitely like the feel guy, and Mike's just a sponge who picks up all this different information from whatever he's listening to. And then Jared, just his progression as a rapper, MC over the past 5 years since I've been a part of that group is amazing. Like I remember 4 or 5 years ago, Jared now, they are totally different people.
Yeah.
Like
From afar, it appears that Jared as a leader in life, like period, has
yeah.
just progressed. And I'm sure that that's super helpful.
oh yeah,
Performing.
because he definitely has developed an ear for, because like, you know, we're all jazz musicians at heart, so like we tend to be a little self-indulgent and we want the solo sections to go on for forever and we want the openness to like just do whatever, and Jared's like nah, let's bring it back,
Yeah.
let's move on.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's definitely come into his own as sort of like the ringleader of this bunch of wild ass people who just like to play whatever and then don't care how out it gets, because you know, like jazz musicians, we're gonna fuck the audience, we're gonna play what we want to play.
Right. So it's a good balance because Jared is
Yeah.
very in tune with his audience. And then the jazz musicians are making it sound amazing, but maybe they're just trying to like get into that pocket,
Right.
you know, that the crowd
Not
doesn't
reading the room.
understand. And then they're like, I'm going to go get a drink because I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Right.
17 people just walked out.
Yeah.
17 people just walked out. It's a weird vibe. It's a whole
Yeah.
thing.
Like,
I
thought this was a country bar. Stuff like
That's happened. That's happened to me. Like, so one of the first times I played trio at Jimmy's with Mike and Taylor,
Oh wow.
One of the craziest things that ever happened was like there was like this bridal party, and they walked in because they thought Jimmy's was like, you know, that beachy rock type vibe, and like me, Mike, and Taylor are going in on Softly as a Morning Sunrise, which is a jazz standard for those of you who don't know. And me, Mike, and Taylor are just like in way outer space. I remember like my eyes were closed for most of the tune, but I remember opening my eyes, seeing them walk in, and then I closed them again, and then I opened them back up, and they were walking out. And this
What, do they
all
want to
happened
hear
within,
like some
2
Jimmy
minutes.
Buffett?
Yeah, they probably wanted to hear
Some
some Jimmy
people
Buffett,
always
Brown Eyed
think,
Girl.
"Wow, boy."
Yeah, you know,
That's not Jimmy Buffett.
Steve Miller Band, something. I don't know.
Yeah.
See, this is one of those instances where I was like, I probably should have called Mac for this gig, but I'm having a good time, so fuck it.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what matters.
Can we
Right.
can we talk about Rebekah a little bit?
Oh,
Yeah, I
no,
mean,
we
she kind
were.
of pushed it on me.
We're talking
and
about.
then-
We're
Hey,
mixing it up.
Rebekah.
yeah, Rebekah.
What if we want to talk about Willie?
I got stuff.
I know.
Whatever. But no, I just want you as an artist. When, not per year per se, but what was the first song that you wrote?
Oh gosh, the first song.
And
I
is it
wrote-
recorded anywhere?
Ooh, I hope not. I really hope not. Yeah, the first song I wrote that I can remember writing, I was in like early high school, so like 14. I mean, I was writing stuff before that, but you know, whatever. You're 11. But yeah, I wrote like little songs
right.
here and there. They were all about boys, you know, every single one. Some of them got recorded, but it's one of those things, and I think as a society, I think that things that happened between 2001 and like 2007, it all disappeared.
Yeah.
Because we all had these little digital cameras and we didn't know where to store them. You know, the photos.
Yeah.
And we were
yeah, that's
making
true.
CDs and then losing the CDs. So
Mhm.
it's like a gap in everyone's life where you're like, do you have any photos of you between these years? No.
No.
It was before Facebook, and now Facebook stores everything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so you can't listen to it. Ha ha.
I'll find it. Watch.
Oh God, I hope not. But
I
yeah,
was
So-
about to say, if there's anyone who can dig up anyone's internet dirt,
it's Willie.
it's Will.
What?
I can find stuff.
Wow.
find
With tech, he's terrible with technology, but he has an unparalleled ability to find like
To stalk.
useless information.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
get what
pretty
I
much.
need to get done. That's it.
It just takes him a while to do it, but he can do it.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean, he
well,
can't
yeah.
send an email, but you know.
Your- again, your email isn't working.
I don't.
How is
talk about
her
it later.
email not working?
Well, mine is. You got it.
Did you spell her name right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Did you?
Whatever. We will pick
Did
this
you?
bone later because it's.
We're already like almost. Well, no, we still got time. We're good.
we got
Rebekah,
plenty
from,
of time.
from the virtual workouts, they were working, right?
No, because I'd always have to text you and say, "Where's the link?"
Oh, yeah, it's your fault. So to your guitar playing, when did you take guitar lessons, or did you are you self-taught?
I'm pretty much self-taught, and you can tell. Like anybody who plays guitar,
I
they're
can't.
like, "Oh, well, good.
Yeah,
Thank you."
I couldn't though.
You know, like all the things that you're supposed to do, the way you're supposed to sit, the way you're supposed to hold your guitar. I don't do any of it correctly, but I have fun. And, you know, I've been playing guitar since I was 11 and I'm 33. So what is math? That's 22 years. Oh my
Tristan,
gosh. I'm old.
She said her age.
What? I don't care. Some
Mhm.
girls
Yeah.
are like, oh my gosh.
She said it.
I didn't ask. I mean, you said it. Okay, all right, cool.
Some girls are like, I'm
I was
29
like,
forever.
cool. She said it. All right.
Nah,
Look
I'm
at that
just gonna,
confidence. Look at
I'm
that
just gonna
confidence.
age gracefully like a fine wine.
Hey,
I'm not dyeing my hair anymore. I'm letting the gray come out.
I
and
dig it.
Look at
Thanks.
you. Oh,
Yay!
I applaud
I started
you.
that
listen.
before
I
COVID.
got 2 grades coming in. I got 2 grades coming in on this
But
side, and then
I
like
wanna hear
hopefully the salt. Yeah, like 2. Yeah, you know, I'm 25. I'm
Okay,
you know,
okay.
2 is a lot for me right now.
Yeah.
And then like I saw 1 start to come in on the beard, and I was just like, ah, the slope
Yeah.
is starting.
Man, you're gonna
Uh,
hit
Starting.
45 before I
or
do.
maybe it's
Shut
starting
up.
up. You know, who knows?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like 40-year-old Tristan's gonna be a lot better than 25-year-old Tristan. So why not get there earlier?
Yeah. I feel like in my 30s, I've definitely come to know myself a little bit better and be more confident. And I'm more excited about my 30s. In my 20s, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't drink until I got to ECU, and I went to ECU, and
Oh
then that's a
God.
party town, and I started drinking there and like partying. And wow, 20s, I don't know what happened. I played a lot of
How do
really cool
you
gigs.
do you remember because like I remember being in high school and going up to ECU for parties.
What? I didn't do that.
I
I
did.
was a good
I
girl.
did. Like, do you remember? Do you like of your 4 years? How much of that do you actually remember?
Well, it was 6 years.
Well, either way.
What was
of
the
your
rest of the question?
undergrad, how much of that is not alcohol induced that you actually remember?
Well,
Because
uh,
ECU.
yeah, exactly. I did okay because I was an art major because I flunked out of music school. Fun fact. Um, I can't read music, so I flunked out of music school and I went to art school. And in art school, they're like way meaner than you think they're going to be, and it's way harder than you think. So I'm sure you understand in music school, but they would make
Yeah.
you stay in the studio like all night working. So you couldn't be out partying. And if you, yeah,
Well, like music school is a little different though.
is
Well,
it?
let me rephrase. Jazz school is different.
Oh,
There are those schools that like there very much is that practice for forever culture, whatever. But like for
yeah.
the most part, like jazz school is like even when you're in school and you do those like auditions for like the state bands, like you can tell the vibes are different from like the classical dudes and the jazz dudes. Like it's just
Hmm.
the jazz dudes literally don't give a shit about anything except trying to sound good. Like that's all we care about. And then the classical dudes are like they're like not that all of them are this way, but most of them are there for the recognition. So it's just like, bro, we're
Oh,
just here to learn, get
yeah.
good. And like a lot of times what would happen is like at least in my experience, is that our practice sessions, like we you just get up with a bunch of homies, go shed, and then you go out drinking afterwards. Like that's what it would be.
That
It's
sounds
not.
fun.
It was super fun for
Yeah.
the year of school I had. It was super fun. Like, um, yeah, I don't. The classical world's different though, because there definitely is a lot of the culture of like lock yourself in the practice room, don't come out until you get it done, and da da da.
Mm.
It's a weird
Mm-hmm.
mental health fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Well,
weird, man.
yeah, I enjoyed art school, and I guess if you had to put me in a box, if you had to relate art to music, I would be the jazz musician of the art school. I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
trying to learn how to perfectly do a portrait. I mean, I needed to learn those skills, but I was mostly trying to express myself and trying to
Right.
dig up all the old bones and put it out into art, to kind of use it as like a therapeutic thing, which yeah, that's just what helped me. I didn't want to know how to do a perfect landscape, you know? I thought that was
Right.
boring. And I'm sure so anyway, that's how I approached school and I got my degree, so it worked. Whatever.
That's what's important. I don't have mine, so you are leaps and bounds beyond me.
Oh gosh, not really.
Um,
I mean, it didn't
I
do much.
mean, yeah, kind of. um, but
Uh,
yeah, I mean, it's college is weird. I like one thing and I want to get your thoughts on this, but like one thing I've learned is, especially with creative stuff, is like college is great if you go when you're ready to go, not when people think you should go.
mm,
Like a lot of people try to push this idea that you have to go directly out of high school. And I don't
mm-hmm,
think that's right. I think like me now and me at 18 when I was going to school are two different people. Like me now, I'm like, okay, I know exactly what I
mm-hmm,
want to do. So that way when I find a school that fits that, I'm not gonna waste any time. Like I
mm-hmm.
know what I'm here for. But when you're 18 and you barely know yourself, you're just like, I'm gonna change my major 8 times because I don't
Yeah.
know what's happening. So I think it's weird that we push this culture that you have to go to college right out of high school. I think that's weird. I
Yeah.
think that's very weird.
And I think
What do
it's
you guys
blowing up
think?
in our faces a little bit, you know?
Absolutely.
Like a lot, we were all from like the baby boomers, and the baby boomers pushed on the next generation that you have to go to school because that's what they wanted, and they were trying to give us something nice. But they pushed the idea so hard, and the idea got marketed so hard that everybody thought, I have to do this. Uh-oh. Can you hear my
Right.
dog? Can you guys hear my
Yes.
dog right now?
Right.
I just heard your dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah.
Sounded
we
like
all-
a baby.
Oh, no. It's a dog.
It was a
Anyway,
dog. I know it was a dog. I'm just saying. My headphones.
Yeah, so we
In
got
your
pushed that we had
headphones,
to go
a
to school.
full-grown dog sounded like a baby.
A baby. Yeah, not a
Yeah.
baby. It's a dog.
Yeah. it
Anyway,
sounded like a
whatever.
baby,
So
right.
people
it's not
are
a baby.
in debt. No, I
Put a
didn't.
graphic
Dude,
up.
this is not okay. You can't say this on a podcast. Spread some rumors.
I'm just here drinking this whiskey.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I'll put a graphic
You know
up.
what?
a
Forget
disclaimer.
the college talk.
It's
Willie,
apt.
let's
We're
talk
talking
about
about
you.
Yeah, Willie, what's up?
What? What?
What the heck do you want?
Oh. What?
Let's
What
talk
are we
about
talking
you.
about?
And okay, let's talk about this. We are now
Mhm.
in phase 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5, which means 3D Fit can open. Well, what's
Yeah.
up with that?
Let's talk about it.
Well, since they can't get me now, I haven't closed, bitches.
That's hilarious.
I closed for about 2 weeks, and that was it.
I
Did
like
you
how you
have
threw
a
the
lot of
bitches on the end of that.
I'm pretty much. Well, I mean, we took a little hit, but we're kind of like officially kind of back to where we were.
Good.
Yeah, but what happened was I chilled out. I didn't advertise. I stopped advertising. But what happened was I had some people call me and were like, hey, man, I know such and such, but I need to get out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And so people were asking to come in. I was like, yeah, if you don't mind, I don't care. So, just wash your hands when you come in, hand sanitize at the door, wipe
Yeah.
everything down multiple, just like normal. And
Yeah.
people just kept calling, hey, can we come back to the gym? I'm like, sure, no problem.
That's
and
awesome.
so it's not as bad as it was because I was working from like 5 a.m. until like 5, 6 in the evening. I needed a break. So actually COVID kind of helped me out. It was cool that I needed that
Yeah.
break.
Yeah.
And it was now I'm refreshed. It gave me a chance to try this podcast stuff out because this is something I've been wanting to do for a while.
Yeah.
And so it gave me a chance to actually like try it.
Mhm.
And don't tell anybody this, but I'm trying to get out of training. That's the goal. Not the
like-
business itself,
Yeah.
but I'm trying not to be here so much.
Oh, are you going to
Right.
hire other trainers and you'll be the
I
overseer?
have 3.
Okay.
I have 3 now.
Sweet.
Yeah, so I'm trying not to be here at all. Like eventually.
That's awesome.
That's the goal.
Yeah. I just want to
I
see
told you.
numbers in my account,
Yep.
and that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you the 5-year plan is like
Mhm.
for us, our day job is literally just going to be us rolling up to a studio and doing this for like an hour and then we leave.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like none of the marketing, none of the other stuff. Like it's all right.
I'm trying to
We're
get
just
that
gonna-
Joe Rogan money.
I want the Joe Rogan
That's
deal.
right.
That's what
Oh
I
my
want.
God.
100
No, but-
mil. 100 mil. And here's the crazy thing. It's like Spotify was like, we're not going to tell you what to do or what to talk about. You just do you. We just
Yeah.
want the rights to distribute it. That's all we want.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay.
Wow.
So that's me. That's what's been going on with me. That's it.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're still really busy and that you
Yeah.
got a break that you needed.
Yeah. And I kind of piqued a new interest in music. It kind of fell off. Like my drum set's here. I
Nice.
play, I play when I'm here, and I got this little.
Do you have you still have it?
what?
The MPK? You still have it? Good. It's not plugged into anything though.
No,
Busted.
I'm doing a podcast, and I just got a paper cut.
Oh.
My keyboard's what are you talking about? My keyboard's plugged into my computer as we're doing the podcast right now.
Well, good for you. Play
I'm
it.
just saying. No, I'm
Play
not
it.
gonna
Right
play
now. We want to hear
I
it.
Yeah.
can't. No, first of all,
What
I'm
good
not
is it do
Cameron.
when you playing plugged up? Then nothing.
I'm not Cameron, and I'm not a keyboard player. I poke. That's what I do.
Hey.
I just poke the keys.
This is what
That's
I
what
do.
I do.
I don't use these things. I use these.
Yeah. Launchpad.
Yeah.
Launch pads are lit.
I
They
am
are.
way better at those.
Well, so can I plug my boutique really quickly?
Yeah,
I was going to do it. That's
Yeah,
where I
we
was
were about to-
going.
yeah,
Oh,
we
Y'all
were
want
sorry.
to talk about college?
Oh yeah. Well,
Well-
college didn't help. So
Yeah, college didn't help at all.
Rebecca?
yes, Billy.
So from what I've noticed is that you have a boutique and you sell things. Is this
Thanks,
correct?
Willie.
Is this correct?
This is correct.
Okay.
So yeah. So
It's
COVID
like you're
happened, right?
interrogating her.
No. Yeah. Bright
Where were
lighting.
you at? Yeah.
Yeah.
The lights swinging, and there's the old
where-
fat
where
cop
were
in the
you at?
back, and he's got the suspenders on with the half done tie.
7
Oh my
p.m.
God.
Where were you?
Whoa, you did that so quickly.
So go ahead. Yeah, you're a boutique.
Yeah. So
Because
COVID
I'll tell you
happened,
this:
right?
whoever your photographer is, if you have one,
Yeah.
if it's you, you're amazing.
Thanks. I
Fire.
use multiple people. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's me and sometimes it's not. But yeah, COVID happened, right? And it was obvious to me early in like March. I was like, okay, I think gigs are about to go away. And I had been thinking that I wanted to start selling my own things. And the reason I wanted to do that is because as a musician, I had started to build up a little bit of a following, and people were starting to reach out to me to say, like, if I give you these earrings, will you plug them on your social media to get me some sale, to get that person some sales, or, you know, with t-shirts or whatever. And I was like, this is cool. I'm being a quote unquote influencer.
Ooh.
Ew, basic. And then I was like, why am I doing this for others when I could just own my own boutique, and I could, every time I wear something, I'll be influencing for my, you know, well-being. So I decided to open a boutique during COVID, which maybe some people would say is crazy, but I started buying from local people so that I was supporting myself as well as them. So all the jewelry that I have is all made in North Carolina. All the skincare products are made in either North Carolina, or I have one girl that used to live in Wilmington. She just moved. But yeah, it's pretty cool, and it feels good to be supporting others, giving out quality products, you know, and supporting myself, and like kind of getting into a new area of life where I'm not having to grind all the time for music. You know, I can kind of do a little bit of both. And I'm just hoping it'll grow and grow, because I've started it in June officially, and we're only in September. So fingers crossed it'll do well.
I think it's gonna do amazing.
Rebecca,
Yeah.
what's the name of it?
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I
you
should
gotta-
say the
you
name.
gotta
Right,
name
right,
it.
right. Yeah. So on Instagram, you can find it at Shop Wildwood, and the website is wildwoodhideaway.shop. So everybody's on Instagram. Nobody cares about websites anymore.
Yeah,
But
nobody
Shop
cares about
Wildwood.
websites.
Yeah.
I think that's the really interesting thing about COVID, though, is like it kind of forced everyone to do a pivot, right?
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, just take the podcast, for example. That this wouldn't have happened if I wasn't forced to stay at home. Like, if I had my normal gigging schedule, this would have been like,
Yeah.
My normal
Still an
work schedule.
idea.
No,
mm-mm,
I wouldn't have
mm-mm.
time.
But
I was
like,
working on Sundays. Like,
Wow.
yeah, yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, I was gonna be on the road for like 12 to 14 weeks, like
Oh my
solid.
gosh. Really?
Yeah, like my whole schedule got like trashed.
Yeah. A lot of people.
I had to, yeah, it was just rough. Like this was gonna be the year where I was gonna be able to be like, yeah, music full time.
Aw.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just but it's cool that like I'm able, or like we all are able to kind of find different pivot points that we've been wanting to explore for a while,
Mhm.
you know? So like,
Mhm.
you know, it's just cool.
Definitely.
Like I mean,
I think I'm gonna start selling like skincare products and jewelry.
I think I'm gonna
Somewhere.
get off my
selling
ass
t-shirts?
and design some t-shirts
Yeah.
and some merch and some beanies and some hats.
I
You're not
mean,
on TikTok, so it won't work.
Well, shut up. I am.
oh,
I
you're
have a
selling
TikTok.
t-shirts?
I am.
Are you wearing it right
I
now?
have. No.
I had to look down. No, I'm not. I'm not. No.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna
no,
have
I'm-
I was gonna be wearing my earrings, but then I literally sat here and put the headphones on, and I was like, oh, I
It's
can't
not
wear
gonna
my
work.
earrings.
It's not gonna work.
But you have necklaces and stuff, right?
True.
You got
I could have
necklaces
worn
and
that.
things.
Didn't think
For
about
the
that.
true. Speaking of which, for the true, is any of it have either of you guys seen Cloud Atlas
With Tom
with
Hanks?
Tom Hanks?
No.
Okay, it's very strange.
Here's
It's
our
the weird
entertainment
one.
portion.
It's so strange, but it explores like reincarnation and like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie to you, I was pretty much lost up until the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Oh.
I had no idea what was happening.
Why are we talking about this?
I think
I don't
tried to
know.
watch
What just
that.
happened?
Speaking of the true, have you seen that Tom Hanks movie?
Yeah, because like that's how he talks. That's how one of Tom Hanks's lives, and like because again they explore reincarnation, and in one of his lives that's how they talk. Like they for truth they say true, and then like a whole bunch of other shit. It's kind of weird, and I was like,
Interesting.
this is nuts. Like that whole it's 2.5 hours long, and I swear to you, I didn't understand what was happening until the last 5 minutes.
Well, to take it even weirder and further, so they say true. Well, when I was 18, I decided to join a ministry and lived in South Africa for 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're saying, "Yeah, I'll be right there," they don't say, "I'll be there." They don't say, "I'll be right there." They either say, "I'll be there now," or "I'll be there now." And one time I was asking a girl to come with me to get like some coffee or something. She was like, yeah, I'll be there now. And I was like, okay, come on. And she's like, oh, no. If I say now, it means like later. And if I say now, it means right now. And I was like, I'm really confused.
That is the
So true, now.
Now.
It's all
Be there now.
subjective.
I'll be
That
there now.
sounds So weird.
It's so
Now.
Yeah, I was like,
Now is right now.
I'll tell you what's
now.
weird. Since we were talking about TikTok,
What?
when are you when are you coming?
When am I going to do TikTok?
Yes.
I downloaded it and then I got like really overwhelmed and confused.
Yeah.
Same.
And I was like, I can't.
So can we backtrack to where we were talking about me being old
Yes.
and
Please.
y'all can't work to TikTok? All right, cool. I'm out.
That was a setup.
God.
That was a setup.
Ta-da.
But here's the
Yeah, but
thing. Here's the thing, Lily. All right. As I pour my third drink,
We need to get you in rehab.
Yeah, we need to keep talking about the alcohol because I've got more to say about that.
no, I'm good. Like this, actually, honestly, this will probably be the last I drink for a couple of days because, yeah.
Until he sends me the recording.
No, because I'm working from 3 to 3 tonight. So yeah, no, it'll be the last.
Dang.
It's like the worst hours ever. What is that? What?
Well, okay. So here's what happened. Last night, the girl that was supposed to work the audit at the front desk, she like no called, no showed. And I was like, look, I'm not going to be the guy that's stuck here because y'all can't find reliable help. Figure it out. And then I felt bad and I was like, but what I can do tomorrow is like, instead of getting off at 11, I'll just hang out for an extra 4 hours. So you don't have to work the whole audit by yourself. Cause like I did go off. I was like, I can't consist. Like you guys don't pay me enough to give up my time.
Yeah.
Like that's not how this works. Like I work my schedule and then I go home.
Yeah.
Where
or
are you
just
working
work
right now?
Yeah.
I do front desk at a hotel.
Nice. Is that interesting or is that weird? What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you at a hotel?
I had a girl flash me her nipples once. She was trying to get like she was trying to get
it. The front desk?
Absolutely. This was okay. So this was like after midnight. This was one of those days where I was supposed to get off at like 11, but I was stuck because my relief didn't show up. And so she's like, whatever. And she had stayed a couple of times, so I know her. Like I recognize her. Like I don't know her like that, but like we're on a first name basis at this point.
Wow.
And so she comes in and I'm like, I tell her what the price is for the room. And she's like, you can't give me a discount. And I was like, no, because it's a weekend. Like if I do that, like the owner's literally going to call my phone at 7 a.m. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And then she was just like, and I was like, I kind of have to now.
Did you give her a discount? Oh,
I did.
my
I
God,
had
you
to.
fell
I felt
for
bad.
it.
I
Ugh,
felt bad.
you
I was
fell
like,
for it.
I did. I was like, I
Oh,
can't have this girl just show me a. I can't.
That is hilarious. Maybe I should start trying that. No.
You did not just.
I messed it
hit me
up.
with the
All right. Anyway,
tongue.
so I have a story similar to that too.
God.
I was in the mall,
I'm
like
gonna go. Bye.
so. I used to work in the mall, Independence Mall, right? So I worked there probably
I remember this.
from
I was very, very young when
from
this was
20 till
happening,
about
but I remember this.
19 to
Yeah.
21. And I worked in probably 5 stores in the mall at like one time.
Oh wow.
So I would leave one and just walk down to the next to
That's
my next
awesome.
shift somewhere else. I worked at this one store called All Wound Up, where it was a collection of the absolute worst toys you can make, right? Me and this guy, I remember his name. I want to say his name, but I haven't seen him since I stopped working at that store. But we were in there closing, and these 2 older ladies, they had to be mid-50s.
That's not older though. That's like middle
What?
age.
Well, he was probably like.
No, I'm middle-aged.
Okay.
I'm middle-aged. I am actually middle-aged. Like by definition,
Okay.
I'm middle-aged.
All right.
Okay.
So Beanie Babies were like still a thing.
Ugh.
We had a bunch, and this lady was like, "Hey, can I see that one?" And it was some cheap one, and she but she didn't have any cash on her, and we didn't do cards. So she said, "I really want that Beanie Baby. Can you guys can we work something out?" And I was like, "No." And
Yeah.
so
No, it's for sale. The end.
and so she walked out, and she comes back in like 5 minutes later, and we were about to close, and she said, "What if I flash you guys? Will you give it to me?" I was like,
Ah.
"Yeah."
Oh,
So I said yes to see if she'd do it,
wow.
and she did it, right?
Okay.
And I threw the Beanie Baby at her. she
Oh
walked-
my God.
Hers was way more predatory than mine. Cause like mine was just like I was just like there. I was like, nah, and then she just did it anyway. And I was like,
she was drunk.
So this
Okay.
is so. I'm gonna pull the feminist card. Pulling the feminist card.
Yeah.
These
no,
ladies.
please do.
Mhm.
Like I'm out here trying to bust my butt to force
Mhm.
people to pay me what I'm worth with
Yeah.
music. And then there are these other sect of women who are just like using their sexuality
I
and making the
know.
rest of us look bad.
I felt so bad.
I felt terrible.
How
I
did you
felt
feel bad about that? You
used.
asked her to do it, or that she did it, or that she felt so desperate to get a Beanie Baby that she was willing
yeah, that's
to
the weird. She was willing to flash you for a Beanie
a
Baby.
beanie. She
Hey
just
guys,
wanted.
I was 20 years old. I didn't feel bad at all.
You were 20 years old and you look the same as you do now. She was not trying to get that Beanie Baby. She was
looked the
trying to get
same
your
as you
Beanie
do
Baby.
now.
Hey, she got it. That Beanie Baby might be worth money now. I don't know.
Jeez Louise.
It was
Willie,
an
how old are
elephant.
you now?
Who, me?
Yeah.
31
Liar.
Nope.
Liar.
plus 10.
Come
I'm
on,
41.
really? You're
I'm
41?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about you again. You don't look 41. You are an
He's a
avid.
vampire.
You work out all the time.
No, he's a
One.
vampire.
You don't drink.
Eh.
You do
Yeah,
not
actually-
drink. I heard you
I'm
guys
kidding.
talking about alcohol and you didn't know anything.
Okay, so in that case, no, I don't.
You don't know
I'll try
anything about
something.
alcohol.
Hey, I had a Manhattan and an old fashioned once.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah,
You eat
I'm an
really
adult.
healthy.
for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm sure if we compared diets, I would feel really bad about myself.
Nope.
No, you wouldn't feel bad about yourself because
Because my diet's way worse. I promise. I promise.
Hey,
I'm,
do
I'm
you?
a little bit. I'm a little lax on that. I'm not as rigid as I used to be.
Really?
I just yeah. I just drink a lot of water.
That's I drink a
Does
lot
it?
of water. Like
Water.
that's the thing
Huh.
about me drinking is like I counterbalance it by drinking a lot of water.
That's
Like
good.
I literally try to
Having a
do
hangover,
the,
right?
no,
Yeah.
because I don't
it is.
I don't get drunk a lot anymore. I don't like
Because
can
your
count.
liver is a sponge of alcohol.
I mean, maybe. I mean, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
You know, crackheads don't get high; they just live.
Oh
You
my
know,
God. We're derailing. No, but
after a
okay.
while, it's not high anymore.
Okay. Can I be the middle person
That's-
here? Can I break
Yeah.
it up? Time out.
I was about to say we're just gonna keep tagging each other. Somebody's got to break this up.
Time out. No, but I
I'm
get
sorry.
it. So I had basically an entire decade where I played a lot of gigs, and I thought it was cool to be the girl that wore a leather jacket and drank a lot of whiskey. So I drank a lot of whiskey.
I remember that, Rebecca.
Yeah, I was trying to be a badass, and I was like, if I wear boots and drink whiskey,
If I were boots,
people will be afraid of me or something. I don't know what I thought. So that's what I did. And here I am, I'm 33, and it's definitely catching up to me, right? Like I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, oh, that's a new wrinkle. Like, I don't remember that one. And and I wasn't drinking a lot of water and wasn't taking care of myself. And so that's been a big focus because I went through some really hard, like family stuff for a couple years and found myself coping with that. And I started drinking like for an entire year, just putting it out there, for a whole year, no exaggeration, I drank an entire bottle of wine every day. Every day. So 365 days, I drank a bottle of wine. Let's not even talk about the calories that is, okay?
That's a lot.
yeah,
Let's just talk about the health stuff as far as like, well, I mean, and so
Yeah.
there's a lot of sugar in there.
yeah.
And the alcohol that your liver is having to process, it got to a point where I was like, I have to stop because I could feel my body being like, please help me, So I started to say, okay, it's time for me. And COVID helped me with this a little bit. The gigs weren't there. So the temptation to be like whatever I thought I was supposed to be was no longer there. And I moved out to the mountains. I started gardening. I got some chickens and I have like fresh eggs, and I try not to drink as much. I'm trying to go down to drinking none because I'm like, why do I drink? And I think musicians, we get stuck in this like record on repeat where we don't even know why anymore. And we say like, oh, I like it. But then maybe we feel like crap in the morning and then we're like, but why do I still do it? So I don't know. I'm older than you, Tristan.
Tristan.
How old are you? Tristan?
No, I'm 25.
That's right. You said that earlier. Right.
yeah.
So you've got time.
Like well, I'm kind of the same way. Like I legitimately like the like certain scotches, bourbons, whiskeys. Like I legitimately like them.
Yeah,
and
they're
I don't
good.
drink. Yeah, they're great. And I don't, it's very rare that I find myself drinking to the point where like I'll have a hangover. Like I know myself pretty well at this point to where
Yeah.
I can kind of like gauge like, okay, this is my third one. I need to kind of switch to water and like taper it out. Cause like
Nice.
this is,
And you have the
but I mean-
25-year-old liver.
ugh. But I mean, no, there are
So do
definitely
I.
some days that's because your liver is basically a virgin.
Exactly.
Which is great.
Which is great. No shade. But like, I mean, that's it's weird because like I know myself enough now to know that like I know when I'm drinking to forget something, and I know when I'm drinking just to drink.
Mhm.
Like, and definitely I can tell the difference when I'm drinking to forget something, because at that point I'm not sipping, I'm taking shots.
Yeah.
At that point, like that 3 drink max becomes like
yeah.
3 glasses of whiskey, 4 beers, and maybe whatever else after that. Like
Totally.
that, so it's definitely like once I figured out those emotional triggers for me and I'm able to identify them,
Mm-hmm.
I don't indulge that as much anymore. Like if I feel like, me having a drink tonight is going to lead to whatever, I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just go to bed
feel
because
like
then
you
I'll
just had
wake
a-
up the next day.
Breakthrough of sorts. Did that just happen?
I don't
Maybe.
know. Not necessarily a
Did-
breakthrough,
did-
because
did I just
it would
fix
be a-
y'all?
Yeah.
Did I
it
just
would be-
inspire both of you? To,
No, because I'm
I now know my
I'm-
purpose.
Uncle Willie.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know my purpose now.
See, I told you he looks 20, but he acts 80. I said that earlier, and I meant it.
80?
Yeah,
80.
you're like the
You say
wise old
60
sage.
or
that's like,
something like that. Like 80?
80.
you're acting like a wise old man, so I'm just going 80. I mean, I could go
80.
like
80 solid.
80.
I mean, most of our relatives that we know, Willie, I mean, just speaking on you, they don't get like super funny until 75, 80.
Yeah,
you're saying he's funny?
the old.
Funny. Yeah, like super funny and wise. Funny. Yeah.
Oh, he's complimenting you.
Oh yeah.
No, I wasn't, and he knows that. He knows that. That's literally been our relationship for the past 25 years, is us taking shots at each other and trying to figure out if the other one's serious or not.
Wow.
So Rebekah, we do this with every guest that we have on. We
Okay.
had Mike. He played a drum solo, so
Oh,
you have
cool.
to sing something. Now go.
No, we didn't. No,
Oh, okay, all right. I'll just seeing if you do it.
don't.
I tried to think of something like,
This cycles back to that whole Beanie Baby. You gotta really stop being so predatory, man. Like,
What?
you're saying this on a podcast.
I mean, it's a hustle.
Oh, no.
Hey, okay, so I do have a
Actually,
serious
I have
question.
a question. I was about to say I have an actual question. Rebekah,
An actual
are you
question.
working on anything musically? Yeah. Are you working on anything musically right now?
Ooh. So, yes.
Woo!
I've had quite an inspiring couple of years, and for many, many months, I was not writing anything because it was a little bit too heavy of a time to actually dig in and write. But I'm starting to get past that, and I'm starting to be able to use that. And I really, this is kind of weird, but I have truly been wanting for a long time to write a book. And now it's COVID and we're not going anywhere, and I'm out here far away in the mountains, and I think I'm going to try to do that. So my next
it.
goal, quote me on it, and if I don't do it, smack me.
You have
My
2
next
years.
goal is to release a book and an album at the same time that kind of go together.
Fire!
That's
I
cool.
love it.
You have
I
2
love
years
it.
from
I
today.
love it.
2 years, okay?
I love it.
From
2
today.
Years, 2 years.
From today.
From today.
Yeah.
So
Not 2
whatever
years
today's
from
date
January
is.
2021. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to call both of you and say, all right, you're playing drums, you're playing sax, let's do this.
That's fine. That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Whatever.
I'm cool with it.
I can do what I want to do. I'm not on the schedule.
Yeah, well, you own the company now, and you're going to
Yeah, you own the company. You're like,
I'll quit my job right now. I'll just quit.
I mean, 2 years from
Hey.
now, hell, we will probably be fucking in a podcast studio somewhere.
Mhm.
I hope
can just say,
so.
right, hey, y'all, we closed.
Yeah.
Game's over. Go home.
Oh.
Yeah. So
We need to do
okay.
a retreat with 3-dimensional fitness where we should do this. A fitness retreat. Mm-hmm. I'm a
not
basic
doing
bitch. I can put a fitness retreat together real quick.
Hey, as long as we got some, all we needed some socks with rocks in them. A man.
Oh, nobody's going to know what you're talking about.
I know. It's,
Nope. This has been recording the whole time. He's just got to cut stuff out. It's in there somewhere.
yeah,
People
I
know
can
what
cut
he's
what I
talking
wanna
about.
cut out, yeah.
All right, so just
Yeah.
for reference,
And plus,
I
they're
started
going to
a
go to your
workout.
page.
Jeez. I started a workout
Follow
called Beachbody, and there's no jump ropes yet because they haven't come in the mail because COVID is slowing everything down. So I've been using socks with rocks in them because it's like a weight, and you swing it
No.
like a jump rope.
Hey, let me tell you something. I applaud you for that. That is inventive,
That is,
innovative, and
yeah.
that's using what you got.
Embarrassing.
Hey everybody, if you want to see the rock sock jump ropes, follow at Rebekah Todd on Instagram.
Rebekah, you can sell that. Call them
You can sell them. Rockin' socks. Rockin' socks.
I'm pretty sure I already started something called Rock Your Socks, so I'll just keep
You
going.
did. That's right, because that was a charity, a fundraiser, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
So that is
Doing the
already
socks.
I'll just
intellectual
switch it.
property. Got it.
Just, yeah, flip it
Rock
over.
I want 15% in
socks.
perpetuity.
Are you just throwing words out now?
Perpetuity is a word. Watch.
It is a word, but is that the right word?
Yes.
No, it'd be
Question me about
royalties,
words,
right?
man. I know words. I know words.
Man, you and I have about the same knowledge of words. Don't even. We can.
Yeah,
we can
but I got 16 years on you, boy.
What?
Hey man, listen. We can have a spelling bee right now. We can go.
Hey, I'm leaving middle school, 7th grade spelling bee champ. I still got the trophy.
Whatever,
Now.
bro. Listen. We can go. Spelling
Nobody
bee right
cares,
now.
though.
Let's go.
Like, Rebecca,
Yes.
what's your favorite song that you've written?
That I've written? Why would you do that
Yeah.
to me? I'm trying to change the
Because
subject.
it's
Like,
your songs. You can't insult yourself. So, yeah, what's your favorite song that you've written?
Oh my god.
my favorite
And is it
song.
on this current album?
Wait, what?
Is it on this current the latest album?
Yeah.
The
Okay.
last album.
My favorite song is probably "Trouble" on the
I like
most
this
recent
song.
album.
I like that song. That's a really good song.
Thank you. It was a fun one to
Trouble's good.
perform. So.
Sing it.
Trouble came to me.
Doing that.
Oh, hey, I just wanted to note. That's all I wanted was a note. I'm good now. I'm good now.
Jeez.
Thank you.
You're so pushy.
Well,
Oh gosh. I think we're there, guys.
yeah.
I think so.
I think I'm out of questions.
I am too. Anyway, all right, I'll go ahead and take us out. All right, guys. Anyway, one last time, we are the heck you want.
Hey,
I'm one half of your
real quick.
Yeah, what?
Real quick. Get your thoughts together before you screw the outro up. Rebecca, would you come back should you be requested?
Yeah,
by me?
absolutely. If I start a podcast,
All right,
will
cool.
you guys come
That
on
was
my
all.
podcast?
Fuck yes.
Psst, yeah.
Yeah. What?
You start a podcast tomorrow. I'll be on there tomorrow.
Yeah.
What if I start a podcast called Rebekah Toddcast?
That would be fire. Actually, that is fire marketing. I love that.
Just use it. to my
Rebekah
full potential.
Toddcast. That's amazing.
All right, let's do it. I'm gonna do it. Rebekah Toddcast.
Rebekah Toddcast.
You gotta do it.
You're gonna
You gotta
see.
do it.
You're the out of the three of us because of the name alone. You're the one that's gonna hit Joe Rogan money.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does Joe Rogan make
Rebekah-
money? He talks on a camera and then he's rich.
Well, actually, he's a comic.
Yeah, he's
a
a
okay.
comic.
He's actually a comedian.
Okay, so
and
they're
he's
also
actually
very
funny.
broke. I don't understand.
Joe
No,
Rogan's had
Joe-
money for a while. He's
He's Joe Rogan and been out here. He be touring.
yeah.
Like
This is like before you guys might have been born. I don't even know this show was out. He was on a show called Wings like years ago, a TV show,
Okay.
syndicated sitcom. And then he got in the MMA fight night. He was a ring announcer and all that. Not a ring announcer, but what you call those guys?
commentator. He's
Yeah.
a commentator.
Yeah. And
Did you guys
and,
listen
like,
to
he-
the Alien podcast
No.
What is
Oh.
this?
through Joe Rogan?
was he talking to
Check it
Neil deGrasse Tyson?
I can't remember the guy's name, but oh my God, this guy went into Area 51. He worked with them. He has all this knowledge. The government's trying to kill him because he knows so many things. You got to listen to it. Check it out.
I'm going to say one thing. If the government's really trying to kill you, you're not going to be on a podcast.
Very true. Very true.
They will get you if they want you.
Yeah.
Why do people think that they're important enough for the government to be watching them? Why do people think that?
Because they got secrets.
Listen to the podcast because he literally talks about how he's like going public so that people will know that he's running so that he won't get murked. Like
That's
what's
okay. Yeah, because after he goes
So he's hiding in
public
plain
and
sight.
then he just dies.
they'll
We
all
know that the government did it, right?
honestly,
Yeah.
that's what he
So-
kind of says.
Was he on the Joe Rogan podcast or was he on the Alien podcast? What?
He was on the Joe Rogan thing. Can I look it
Okay.
up right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you still see me?
Yeah. Yeah. If it goes blank, we'll edit that and post and just stick your picture up.
I hope I'm right.
Hey, Tristan, we still got to talk while she's looking up stuff, man.
Hey man, I'm here.
Everybody checked out. Everybody just started doing stuff.
I'm here. Sorry. Shenanigans.
Here's the sound effect. How about that?
Oh, damn, rude.
Okay, there you go.
I'm not finding it, but I'll try to find it.
Maybe,
and maybe
he's
you
dead.
can.
Maybe he's dead now.
He's
scrubbed
dead.
it.
They've removed everything from the
Yeah.
internet.
They scrubbed
Possibly.
him. They can do that.
But yeah, actually, like low key though, Joe Rogan's kind of like he says like I don't agree with everything Joe Rogan says, but I applaud the fact that he's himself and he's open to learn. Like I applaud that. Like there have been some things that he said that have been kind of cringy, and I'm like, maybe not. But Joe Rogan, the fact that he got $100 million deal to do his podcast the way he wants to do it without
Wow.
anyone telling him what to do. I
He's
mean,
the Dave Chappelle of podcasts.
he's the Dave Chappelle of podcasting.
Yeah.
And he's great friends with Dave Chappelle. So if Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle's friends with him, then what the fuck?
Then he's,
Yeah.
He's in.
I hope I'm not
Like-
wrong about this. I'm pretty sure there was one on Joe Rogan, but whatever. You can cut
We're
it
gonna
if I'm
get
wrong.
emails in. Hey, that girl, she was so wrong. Who is that?
He has no
Why
idea
doesn't
what
have
you're
her on
talking
the show anymore?
Probably.
and we're gonna reply to those emails and be like, fuck you, just go listen to her music. It's
Don't listen
amazing.
to what she says.
Yeah.
Just listen to the music. Hustle, baby, hustle.
Mhm.
And before she goes, she really needs to plug all of her
Yeah, plug all
stuff.
the things. Where can the people find you, follow you? Where can they
Okay.
shop?
Yeah. So Instagram for my personal and music is just Rebekah Todd. And then my website is RebekahTodd.com. If you're interested in shopping and supporting locally, you can go to Instagram at shop.wildwood. And the website for that is wildwoodhideaway.shop. So check it out. Join the mailing list. You'll get some discounts if you join the mailing list. You know.
Discounts, guys. We ain't
Discounts.
COVID. We need discounts.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me and chatting. It's been good to see you. I
Oh,
feel like
yeah.
I have a lot to catch up on apparently because I got some things wrong earlier. So we need to talk about
Yeah,
that.
no,
Sure
there's
Yeah.
a lot.
You guys have a lot
that
to catch
we-
up on too.
Whew.
So,
we
Yeah.
all gotta like actually catch up. Maybe we should have caught up before we got on camera, but it is what it is.
You know what
More
we should have
fun.
done? I should have just let you come on down here and be in person.
soon.
So how about
Soon,
that?
yeah.
How about
Part
that?
2 can be in person. We
In
can do that.
person.
Let's schedule a part 2 in person. Socially distanced, of course, for all those who are listening for COVID things.
COVID
Yeah.
ain't real.
We'll be 6
Please
feet
don't
apart.
be
Oh,
one of those
Lord,
people. Don't do that.
It's a scam.
Listen. Also, I
Bye.
need a bunch of those people at the hotel too that are like, COVID's not a real thing. It's a plot designed by the Democrats, and I'm like, but it's worldwide though. It's worldwide.
Yeah.
Like,
Guys,
it's
you
not
just had
the
Trump in
US.
Wilmington. We didn't even talk about that.
Oh God, Trump was in Wilmington. T. Preezy was in Wilmington.
T. Preezy?
T. Preezy. T.
That's
Preezy.
amazing.
Don't
T.
let
Preezy
him
was
grab that.
in-
He'll start using that.
We
T. Preezy.
will
My
use
beautiful
that. I
African
take
American
that back.
calls me T. Preezy
T.
over
Preezy.
here.
I'm cool. They call me T. Preezy.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. It was huge.
My
It
little
was
African
huge.
Americans.
Tell me what happened. I'm not in Wilmington. Tell me what happened.
I don't
I'm
even
not
know.
in Wilmington either.
I don't
but-
even know. He was here. That's all I
I'm
know.
not. He was
I found
here.
out he
like,
was here the day he was here because I tried
Okay,
to go
so-
to Wilmington and I had traffic problems. That was
funny shit. I was in Wilmington the day before he got there. So
Mhm.
like I had driven up and then we were supposed to meet, but then I hung out with Jared and then it's just whatever.
yeah, family. means nothing to you. That's cool.
Whatever, man. I saw grandma. It was cool. I made time for family. Don't you do that.
Oh my God. You skipped it on your grandma?
No, I saw her. I saw her before I headed out. I did.
The
I
worst.
stopped by her.
FaceTimed on the way to Jared's.
No. I literally stopped by, saw her in person. It was cool. We hugged, and then I made the 4-hour drive back.
Aw.
But yeah, no, I found out
Sorry,
he was
Grandma.
coming to Wilmington when I pulled into town on Tuesday, and he was supposed to be there the next day. And I was like, I'm glad I'm not going to be here for that because that just
Yeah.
seems like a mess.
It wasn't that big a deal, really, because like
Apparently a thunderstorm the whole time, which was funny.
Good. Sorry.
yeah, it
Sorry.
did. It did because all I know is that coming from 3rd Street down to 421, where you veer off to the battleship,
Yeah, to the
this
battleship.
traffic was just completely stopped. But other than that, that's when I found out he was here when I was trying to go up to 421 and coming from Leland, and I was driving so fast.
Yeah.
And I was behind an 18-wheeler, and I got over in the far right lane, and there was a state trooper right there blocking the roads off because they didn't have the signs up. So I had
Wow.
to like slam on brakes and then cut back because I'm doing like 85 and had to come back and cross the lane and go back up to whatever.
So basically, you were driving recklessly and you almost got fucked up.
Yes.
On Trump Day.
On Trump Day.
The cop looked at me like, what are you? Yeah, he looked at me like he was going to call somebody, but hey.
Jeez. I mean, it looked crazy. I saw a bunch of Facebook Lives in Wilmington where there were like helicopters and dudes were running across 4-lane highways trying to get away from the helicopter that was chasing them. Like, it looked kind of crazy.
What?
Yeah, this was on Facebook Live. So this isn't the news. This is like a friend of mine was on the highway at the bridge and people were lining the bridge in, I think, either in protest or support of Trump. I couldn't tell, but it was like a lot of people.
They were both.
Yeah.
They were both. Yeah. I mean,
Ugh.
that's the thing about Wilmington is like it's a very split population. Like there's a good amount of people that are very anti-Trump and smart, but
Mhm.
there's also
smart,
there's also a sizable population that's very
ignorant.
ignorant and
Old money.
you know, old money and
Hey man,
all these things.
What? Willie?
Huh?
What are you saying?
You are lying. You are lying.
You're just trying to start
You-
something right now.
No, he is lying because I like, bro. Nah, he's lying.
Willie, are you lying?
He's lying.
He's
Don't
not.
bite to this. Don't bite into this. No, he's not. He's lying. He's not serious. He's not serious.
Trump Pence.
He's not serious.
I'm joking.
Stop
All right, it's a joke.
He's
God.
not serious.
I was about to be like, I don't know what's happening.
I don't think we can do another part 2. That'll be that's the end
part
of our
2. I think we
relationship
do
right
need
there.
a part 2, actually.
I
think we need a part 2 of this podcast.
Yeah,
Yes.
The three of
Yes.
us.
because I want to dive deep into your recording brain and like go through the studio process of recording and all that stuff.
Yeah,
We're
let's
gonna
do
do
it.
Questlove style
Ooh.
interviews.
Ooh.
Like what were the beats per minute on Hustle? You
Ooh.
know,
Hustle was so fast. I remember being in the studio when like we were supposed to record on that song, and me and Sean were just like, no.
Too fast.
was
We should
everything
have played
recorded
it
to a
live.
click
We played it
track?
way faster.
Did you play guitar on your own songs in the
Um,
studio? Part 2,
Yeah.
Rebecca.
Yeah.
Don't save that.
Oh,
Part
save
2.
it. Okay, I'm saving it.
All right, guys. Well, that's been another episode of The Heck You Want. I am one half of your hosting squad, TB on the sax, and I am joined by my co-host.
Willie.
I hate you.
I like I like doing that to you, man.
And this week we were also joined by the lovely, very talented entrepreneur, singer, vocalist, all the things, Miss Rebekah Todd. Thank you for coming on. Just
Thank you for having me. I really, really appreciate it. And I want to do part 2.
We will
Here.
do part 2. We'll schedule it.
Mhm.
We'll do part 2 in person. We
Mhm.
will rig up a podcast studio and we'll get it done. We'll do it.
I want to talk
But we
about
gotta-
music, and I want to talk about race.
You want to talk about race?
See,
I do.
I thought we were going to
Oh,
see. This
Because
is probably
I'm
this
really-
is my fault. This is my fault.
No.
'cause, okay,
I thought that was going to happen too, but we've been trying to keep it light because the last couple weeks have just been.
It's been super
Shit.
heavy and
Part
like
2.
it,
Part
Part
2,
2.
we'll go heavy. Because I'm
Part
a basic
2.
bitch, and I have a lot of ignorance, and I need a lot of help, and we need to talk about it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Are you
No,
a traitor
no,
to your? Never mind.
What?
What are you doing? Stop whatever it is that you were doing. Just
It was-
stop.
This
was
is
a
why we
part
should
of-
do it.
It was a.
All right, man. Peace, love, and all that other bullshit. We out.
Look at who you kind of see. We the ducks, you better bow when we step on your street. We the ducks, you better look at who you kind of see.
Is it too late now to say sorry? 'Cause I'm missing more than